what's going on everybody? My name is Jay and welcome to the Shiplife. So I'm extremely excited for my cruise this Friday to Alaska. It's a 1-week cruise on Royal Caribbean's Ovation of the Seas, and it's my first time going to Alaska, at least on a cruise. I've been there twice and I've only been to Anchorage and Fairbanks, so it'll be my first time checking out ports and cities like Juneau and Skagway and Sitka. It's gonna be a great time, and on top of that, I'll be taking my mom. But here's the kicker. There are some things that I'm already a little frustrated about my Alaska cruise. So in this video, I'm going to tell you 3 things that I already hate about my Alaska cruise. However, a little disclaimer for everybody, I want you to pay attention to the most interesting place on planet Earth, the YouTube comment section. The amount of people that are not even going to watch the video and click on it purely to write a comment about how negative that I'm being, it's always been interesting and boggles my mind a little bit. Because at the end of the day, if you don't want something that you perceive to be negative, why would you click and watch the video or even click on the video to begin with? I gotta ask the question, who is really the negative one here? So the first thing that I hate about my cruise to Alaska is that it is my last cruise as a passenger. So as most of you know, I recently signed a contract with Virgin Voyages to be a professional breakdancer and acrobat on their newest ship, the Resilient Lady. I'm honored to be a part of history, to be honest with all of you, but I'm a little bummed out because as most of you know, I had a lot of cruises planned this year. I had my first transatlantic on Carnival's newest ship in November, the Carnival Celebration. I was going on the NCL Prima. It was going to be a good time, and all of this was free for me, all due and thanks to my sponsors' touring plans. And I know a lot of you have been asking, what's going on with touring plans? Look, touring plans is in full support of everything that I have going on. As far as my cruises that I had booked, thankfully the pandemic rules and, as far as the options available for a book cruise still applies. I'm able to essentially lift and shift to another date. And I also want to point out that had it not been for the support and blessings of my sponsor touring plans, I would not have even accepted this contract with Virgin Voyages. Now, I will say that when it comes to my cruise on Ovation of the Seas, I'm excited because it's an Alaska cruise. I'm also going to create lasting memories with my mom and see friends of mine that I have not seen literally in years. And to me, that's something that, well, I can't put a price tag on. This is also going to be the last time, at least until the end of the year, around December, that I am essentially a free spirit and able to go around the entire cruise ship as I see fit, because I will technically be an employee for Virgin Voyages, and since I've signed the contract, well, I can't just do whatever I want willy-nilly. However, I am excited to, like I said, yes, be a part of history on a brand new cruise ship, be a crew member again, and hang out with the people that make our vacation experience possible. And I gotta tell you, I got some big video plans for when I get on board as well that's going to help all of the crew members in a very positive way. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. By the way, all of that will be on my other channel, Jay the Nomad. Well, not all of it. I'll of course be putting some Virgin Voyages videos up here as well. So I tell you guys, make sure you stick around to both of my channels. It's very, very important. Big things are coming. The second thing that I hate about my cruise to Alaska so far is that there was an excursion that everyone kept talking about known as the White Pass Scenic Railway Tour. This is a train that essentially goes up the mountain and it's absolutely beautiful. You see very beautiful scenery and, well, everybody says that's the best thing to do in Skagway, Alaska, which is going to be my second port of call during my Alaskan cruise on Ovation of the Seas. Now, I come to find out when I tried to book it is that it is completely booked until October. Now, I checked 2 different sources. I did check Royal Caribbean's site to see if they had it available, and then I also checked Viator. Now, needless to say, I was extremely disappointed because, like I said, everybody's saying that's the thing to do, and I've also heard from other people that have been on other sailings with other cruise lines that their particular excursions were not sold out, and they were able to do the White Pass as early as a week ago. So I do gotta wonder if there are a certain slots that are allotted to each, let's say, travel agency or cruise line that determines how many people per cruise ship or per group are able to actually, get a slot in these excursions. Now, I will say I did select another option, which I'll talk about on another day, but I've also am doing somewhat of an experiment. I have booked 2 different excursions, one with Royal Caribbean and one with Viator. I have a separate link for Viator, by the way, in the description box below if you guys want to check them out, because I want to do a comparison video. Because if you notice, the price alone does differ between Viator versus Royal Caribbean. It seems the one with Royal Caribbean is a little cheaper. Why? Because they are essentially, in a way, 2 different styles of excursions. When you book with Royal Caribbean, it is just the train. You go on the train up the mountain and then you come back the mountain, from my understanding. However, when you book with Viator, you go up the mountain on the train and then you also do a scenic route on a bus back, which I heard is enjoyable because they actually do stops in small cities on their way back town, which is a little bit more enjoyable. But either way, I won't be able to experience, so maybe next time. The final thing that I hate already about my cruise to Alaska is that I don't know what to pack as far as attire and clothes. I've been doing some shopping left and right. I got some things that are ordered. Now, like I said, I have been to Alaska before, and I understand full well that the weather can be extremely unpredictable. However, you do have the more so possibility of dealing with a lot of rain. There is going to be up and down windy weather, but there's also going to be the possibility that you're going to come off of the ship one day and it is going to be a somewhat hot summertime where you don't need a jacket and layers. So as far as packing, the biggest problem that I've seen for a lot of people, just in travel in general, is overpacking. I'm guilty of it as well, and this is probably going to end up being one of those situations where I pack a little too much just to kind of make sure that I have everything. But the problem with that is, of course, you get to your room and now you got this giant cluster, this giant ball of all these different clothing options that you either don't wear at all, and then you got to try to hang them up and figure out what you're going to do with them. It just becomes a pain. So like I said, I've ordered some stuff, but that's just something that for me, I'm just a little confused about because, well, I want to be able to have a great experience, and let's just say I won't be wearing my typical tropical shirt and hat like I would wear if I was going to some place like the Caribbean. Now, all in all, I will say that obviously I'm extremely excited. It's a 7-night cruise to Alaska. You can't beat that. It's going to be epic of all proportions, and I have a ton of videos that I'm going to be putting out, as many as possible, while of course I'm still enjoying my time on my cruise and of course enjoying my time with my mom. But I just want to let all of you know that yes, these are nitpicky things, but this is going to be very, very lasting memories that I'm going to keep in my heart and in my mind forever, and I cannot wait. Now, once again, guys, of course, I'm still partnered with Touring Plans. If you do want to check them out, the link will be in the description box below. It'll also be pinned in the comment section. Now, if anybody has been to Alaska, I've been telling you guys, if you got any suggestions for any restaurants in any of the ports, we are going to Juneau, Skagway, Sitka, and then we are going to Victoria. You got any suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you want to see, and just know that as usual, I love and appreciate every single one of you, especially if you're watching this video with an open mind and don't see this as something as negative, because I believe there are negatives right out there, but I do believe there are going to be pros and cons to everything, and I don't see this as either one. This is just a video talking about things that, well, I wish were a little bit of a different scenario. I'm going to miss being able to jump on cruise ships whenever I want, being able to make videos whenever I want, which I can still do as far as the video creation when I get on board Virgin Voyages Resilient Lady. But either way, I'm talking too much. Just know I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know again in the comment section below. Hit that like button on your way out if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later. Take it easy.